Honestly, the best thing of this is just doing it with your friends. Like that's what made it for me, right? It was like all of us jumping together. So it's almost like a Roblox game where you just come together. But now you're running your little Stardew Valley bug farm.
Yeah. So this is as said, this is released March 24th, already 170k reviews, 98%. First 30 days around 4,700,000 units sold.
It's 4 a.m. and we're rolling the dice. Matei drops knowledge made of gold and ice. Felix with ads making those coins rise. Jack up designs, worlds chasing the sky. We're the 2.5 gamers, the midnight crew. Talking UA adverts and game design too. Matei, Felix, Shaka bringing the insight. We're rocking those vibes till the early daylight. Matei, UA, master eyes on the prize. Tracking data through the cyberspace skies. Felix stacks dollars like a wizard in disguise. Jacob's crafted realms lift us to the highs. 2.5 gamers talking smack. Slow hockey stick, got your back. Ads are beautiful, they light the way. Click it fast, don't delay.
Full steam ahead.
Matei, do it. I need to get a whip. Hello, everybody. This is another episode of 2.5 Gamers. Although today it's almost like 3.5 Gamers. We have a special guest. Before we introduce the guest, my name is Matej Lančarič.
I'm Felix Broberg.
And I'm Jakub Remjar.
And Adam, nice to meet you.
Hey,
the whole thing's ruined. Okay,
it's fine. Don't worry. But yeah, Adam.
I just wanted to add myself right to the end of it.
Exactly.
I'm actually also excited you didn't say I was another half. Just turned it into 3 gamers.
No, of course.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being a half.
I mean, come on.
Keep telling that to yourself.
We already have 2 halves, and this, we have 1. So thank you very much for coming, Adam.
Yeah,
so we're your hosts, and we have a special guest. And today we're going to talk about Steam, which Jakub said full steam ahead. Why are we talking about it? Because we already talked about few games, and then afterwards we found out they got inspired heavily by other Steam games. And this is something that's coming to mobile quite a lot. So, yeah, Jakub, do it.
Yeah. Should let Adam introduce himself. He's got this.
Yeah. Adam, let's finish, and you can go into the mythology.
Does anybody
right
want to
there.
know who I am?
Yeah, of course they want.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm Adam. I have been in PC console for a while. I've been in mobile for a while. Obviously, I know all you guys for quite a while. Previously, I was at Bungie. Previously to that, I was at WB. Also at Wooga back in the day, and I met you guys through Pixel Federation way back in the day when I started consulting. And then you guys thought, you could probably do better than this, and did better than me, and went off consulting. It was great. It was like, so now I've been watching from afar, you guys killing it from a side, and have been a huge fan of the channel for a while. So it's great. Great to be here.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming. I was thinking about it, and I think we wanted to have you on the podcast since the episode 10, pretty much.
We're now episode like 300.
Yeah, we stopped counting.
So like,
finally.
Why? I feel like the world has had enough of me by this point.
No, but look, so I think we wanted to have you on because every time we listened to you, you actually made sense, and
Well, that's a good bar. Yeah, it's always a good bar for a podcast.
Exactly. It's always the wise voice, and also we love you. So come on, is it good?
Thanks for coming. Really great to
love you guys too. This is great.
Thank you very much for listening. This is 3 minutes of chit chatting, and then seriously, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, hello there. I didn't see you. Thank you very much for coming to this episode. It's brought to you by our sponsors, PVX Partners, the simplest and most effective credit line for marketing. If you're scaling your business and need funding, here's the deal. With PVX Partners, you can grow your game easily in your business. There's no equity dilution. You can repay as you get paid, and it's flexible, fast, and fully tailored to your growth. So you can secure funding in 30 days and get a term sheet in just 24 hours. Don't you wait. Take control of your UA budget without giving away a piece of your company. Visit pvxpartners.com and see how they can help you grow your game faster and stronger. Don't wait. Go to pvxpartners.com. And while you have you here, we also want to thank our sponsors, Vibe.co, because this episode is brought to you by them as well. They can help you grow your brand on CTV ads. With Vibe, you can launch high-impact campaigns across top streaming platforms like Hulu, Roku, Tubi, and whatever else. I mean, all from one simple dashboard. We don't have all of these in Europe. Anyway, so it's built for brand all sizes. It's rated on 4.8 out of 5 on G2 for a reason. Join over 5,000 marketing teams already scaling with streaming TV. Visit vibe.co to get started. That's vibe.co. Join them. And thank you very much for joining us for this special episode. Now let's get back to it. Thank you.
But so, as Mate said, we've seen more and more games being done on the store or being successful on the mobile stores that are later that we learn, or we learn directly that they are pretty much going from Steam directly, not iteration, inspiration, whatever, sometimes even blatant ripoffs. So that's what's happening. One example for all that we can start to kind of look at and pretty much get a little bit of an example, which isn't even that successful, but just tells you what we're talking about, is Palworld's release. That was last year, January 19, when it took pretty much world by storm. Everybody was talking about it. This is the game that's pretty much characterized by the slogan Pokemon with guns. Pokemon itself is in lawsuit with them, active one, so that still hasn't finished up. And later down the line, actually, the game turns into a Pokemon sweatshop because all these guys are pretty much survival crafting loop and they're sweating for your factory and stuff like that. But nevertheless, the game still needs heavy work done. It's in early access and it's sold on the estimate that we have here, 16 million units, which is a lot. And the estimated earnings is pretty much 500 million just from Steam. But if I understand it, there's more because there's console numbers that we're not seeing here.
I think that 60 includes console because that's also like Xbox, the Game Pass, when it came out on Game Pass, and then it came to PlayStation later on, and still did very well on PlayStation.
Okay, so that's there. Yeah, so this happened, and then at some point later, this happened, which is pretty much.
Dear listeners, if you're not watching this on YouTube, go to YouTube because this is especially important. You will be able to see everything. Although Spotify video works as well, but YouTube is better.
Yeah, so we have Lilith, the guys which were actually at some point really owning the Forex market with Rise of Kingdoms and all their games, but not anymore.
Yeah, that was quite some time ago. Come on.
Yeah, quite some time ago. And it seems that they use Palworld to their like entry into this new generation of Forexes where you have the fake onboarding and all these other things. The game actually starts as Dreamdale.
It's Dreamdale, yeah, it's a Dreamdale.
It's literally Dreamdale. If I can go here into the like actual Dreamdale loop, so you start, as you would see, like the character would be chopping down trees, catching things. You see those resource requirements here as you're unlocking the land. It's literally Dreamdale. At some point, you get this pony, Pokemon or whatever, which lets
pony seems Match's unicorn.
Yeah,
exactly.
Unicorn,
what are you talking about?
Which lets you go out and then you can actually play it as a Forex game because suddenly you are upgrading stuff from the distance and like
everything is a Forex.
It turns into Forex. Somewhere here later, there's this whatever was it, some scanner features are usual where we get the quest system and everything. And I think it freezes now on, or doesn't.
Just capture.
Do they have a Pokedex in here? Because I kind of want to just like look through about how close to a lot of suit they are.
They have encyclopedia, but unfortunately, this is the problem with this game, that it's still crashing on me.
It's it's a problem with your emulator. Just play it on the phone.
I played it on the phone. I got here on the phone, but on the emulator, can't play all these games without the emulators. That's just not possible.
You have.
So you go on like there's two battle loops. One is the typical AFK arena style one when you have 5 Palmons against an enemy, which is the usual one, and then you have the capture one. This is, I won't go there because it freezes, but pretty much you go in, you summon your guys, and you have this kind of laser beam, and you catch the Pokemon, whatever guy that you get there. But after all, of course, it turns into our usual Forex map. So that's
what are you trying to say? Because you just said million things, and I'm lost.
So what I'm saying is that we see already that they took the Palworld onboarding setup, translate it into Dreamdale, and put it before their Forex. But the thing is that it seems it didn't really work out, because the numbers as of January this year, it's like 37K a day scale. And now they seem to be tinkering something, so back to 30K from April. But again, this seems to be going nowhere for now.
Nothing.
Yeah, especially you see like this is a UA attempt, this is a UA attempt, goodbye. Yeah. So saying that these things don't always work out, like copy everything from Steam and it suddenly works out. Like for instance, the Supermarket Manager Simulator, which we saw that like there were multiple games that were working out very well, or the Dreamy Room game that we seen lately on the podcast, which was taken from the Unpacking game from actually 2021, that also worked out pretty well. What was it, Ikame or Abi? Abi was it? Yeah.
By the way, you know what that graph reminds me of? The start of it.
What?
Star Wars Hunters.
Yeah, that looks like Star Wars Hunters.
Can you name the shape though? Can we please come up with an animal for this shape though?
Lonely
Wall Street, 1929 unicorn.
Yeah.
There you go. But like, what do you think actually broke this game? Because from my perspective, this should be an outlier, right? You've got one of the strongest Steam games out there in terms of units sold. I think it like from watching this is a pretty competent 4X. And I think even like to start the game in all their ads, they even did the first few seconds of Palworld, right? Where you had
like
a literal copy of the monsters overlooking you, right?
Even the monsters themselves, I think here's your Palmanac. So you see the monsters here. There's your Pokédex basically. They don't have that many.
Like it looks pretty good to me. So I'm just wondering, like, is it actually that they didn't figure out the 4X? Like, is the 4X just not strong enough?
Yeah, I think their 4X part is not that great as its last war or Whiteout Survival.
I think the problem is that from my side, there's not enough Palworld even to begin with, because there's so much more Dreamdale and survival mechanics that there aren't even that many battles and like the capturing, and because this thing is actually much more closer than a Frozen City gacha style thing, where of course there are a few of these battles where you capture the stuff, but most of those are your usual like AFK arena style 5v5 auto battles, which aren't even Palworlds.
But do you think that if somebody did like an authentic version of Palworld for mobile, then it would actually perform better than this twist towards 4X?
Let's just say that last time I talked to our friend Lemon, I've seen multiple games that are following the Palworld example of like catching familiars or like some kind of creature mechanic, and they are much more focused on the creatures themselves and roaming around the world actually. Because these guys kind of extract it very, very fast and throw it. Like this is literally, this stage is like in 30 minutes you get here.
Yeah. So like maybe actually adding more of the Palworld loop here, so you can actually go.
That's the thing, because there's also the strong point of all those Whiteout Survival, Kingshot, and all these other games. The onboarding loop of that initial game sticks. You're still playing it. You don't ditch it out completely.
I think it's like like half of the day or a day of playtime, not like 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. You don't get to unfold to 4X part that fast. It's like I was trying to get there, and I'm like, I won't be able to get there because I just had one day, like literally 30 minutes you're here. Anyway.
So I guess, less Dreamdale, more Palworld.
Probably. But I would still focus more on like exploring the world or like going around into this more, because this turns into factory so fast. It's literally Dreamdale. It's just Dreamdale 1-to-1.
Do you have any Steam games that did make it on mobile?
Not today.
Not today.
It's only failures today.
Stuff that we think we're gonna make it on mobile.
Okay.
That's why we're here.
Full steam ahead.
Let's start with the big guns. So Schedule I, which one is it? So
1.
Yeah. So this game is basically
all
low resolution version of Breaking Bad, if I understand. Pretty much you building up your drug selling empire.
This is gonna be so big on mobile.
Have you guys played this? Have you guys played this? It is actually insanely fun.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really, really fun. The way I'd actually describe it is it's Stardew with buds. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
As in like both literally and literally. you play Stardew with friends, and you also plant buds. But yeah, no, it's actually super fun. It's like the systems of Stardew, but you can actually run around with your friends, and obviously with the whole theme of Breaking Bad. Yeah,
But
it's good.
then, if it's gonna be bots and the Breaking Bad, it's gonna have some limitations on the UA side of things, because I know there was what was the Canadian studio.
Well, you
Leaf.
need more meth in this, or what do you mean?
Literally.
Less. I mean,
Oh, you need less meth.
less. Yes,
Okay.
less meth. Yeah.
The studio
Less.
you're thinking about is Literally.
No. Most
This
probably not.
Eastside Games, they did all the weed games under
Eastside
Literally.
games, and then
Yeah.
the other one. Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was really problematic on the UA side of things. You can't really run a lot of UA on weed everywhere.
Okay, so we got to. I don't know what you do with this if you can't do the
I
whole
think
You
drug
can use
part.
drugs. You should be able to use drugs there, like Weed Wars or whatever, like these other
I mean,
games.
it is there. I'm not saying it's not. It's just it's a little bit. It was a little bit
Tricky.
problematic. It's tricky. Yeah, it's tricky.
So you
There
think
are-
you
there are
need to
limitations.
reskin the team, because I guess then
No,
the whole
no.
fantasy
I think
falls apart. It needs to be about like drug selling stuff.
yeah. I mean, it needs to be about drug selling, but I would say this is gonna get more organics than a lot of like. This is fucking awesome.
This is
See that
insane.
details.
Yeah, this is so cool.
How many hours have you played this game, Adam?
Maybe 4 or 5. Not that long, but it's long
Yeah.
enough that basically.
Long enough, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I would say like this is a little bit close to that supermarket manager simulator. Trend,
Yeah,
because
it is,
It's like
it is.
first
Yeah.
person. You have
The
this,
art style is
upgrades of things and like similar art style and everything.
stoned immediately, like those red eyes.
Honestly, the best thing of this is just doing it with your friends. Like that's
Yeah.
what made it for me, right? It was like
All right.
all of us jumping together. So it's almost like a Roblox game where you just come together,
Ooh.
but now you're running your little Stardew Valley.
Stardew
farm.
Valley, but
Yeah, so this is this is released March 24th. Already 170k reviews, 98%.
March
First
24th.
30 days around
Wow.
4,700,000 units sold. So yeah, this
Ooh.
is the breakout hit of Q1 on Steam, if I understand, the biggest one.
This
I already found, by the way, one
there you go.
blatant
There we go.
copy.
God, I love mobile. There's no shame in mobile.
Yeah, of course. But this was taken down, of course. This is just like, asset flip or some kind of whatever.
I wonder
Yeah,
if
it
they
looks-
just took the screenshots from PC and just like added icons.
Yeah,
to
it could be.
Maybe. I don't know. It's Meowcraft or
Meow.
whatever. But yeah, this
Meow.
was removed already. So
Meow.
we're still
Meow.
waiting for someone to do it properly. But yeah, that's my guess that this is in the making, definitely. If it's like the supermarket manager simulators went good, this
It
should
was
be.
well, like it was about like 1 month between the Steam and then the mobile game.
Come on,
Is
mobile.
that-
We can do better. We can do better than this.
Because-
Yeah,
yeah.
it's already
One
made.
month is too fast.
I mean, these are already like five games in China like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Just open WeChat. Yeah, we need to talk to Heaven or Lemon. Like, hey, can you
Is
can you
that
actually send me some links so we can play?
Yeah.
is that
see.
Repo I see is the next one? The one
Yeah.
that you made fun of me so much on my Admon episode?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the one. That's the second
did it.
biggest game on the list, because this released 26th of February, sold already around 3 million units in the first 30 days, and you see DK reviews, 96% positive. So this is the second biggest
I
game.
don't think we actually made fun of you. It's just
We didn't make fun of you, but Felix was showing one other game that was already
Yeah,
falling
exactly.
on mobile. if I
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
correctly.
yeah.
What was the name of the game?
Repo Online. It's called Repo as well on mobile.
Repo Online.
Or Stalker, maybe? I can't remember. Let me check it.
Does it have a mobile Repo Online?
It's
It's
just
just-
a rip-off. It's like a copy.
This one? Online.
Yeah, there
I
it is.
think, yeah, I saw it already. This was taken down already. So
Yeah.
this is the same.
But the crazy thing is, this one was live for about 2.5 months, and it got so much organic traffic. It got nearly 10 million downloads, and I
Yeah,
estimated
exactly.
the ad revenue on this. And at
because
its
we
peak,
covered it in the Admon Trends
Yeah.
episode.
yeah, at its peak, it was making 23k a day from interstitial ads, right? But it went down quite quickly. But still, like 3 months of earning that it's quite decent for only organic.
But like 10 million downloads in that short period of time.
Yeah, it
And then
was
you
nuts.
compare that to the units sold that you've got on Repo, it did better on mobile than it did on PC
See
console.
here, 8 million downloads.
half a million downloads a day.
And
But go to the active user base, because basically they had interstitials stuffed in it, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, it
this
was
is the
million-
real
million
moneymaker,
users, yeah.
right?
Keep in mind, this is
Yeah.
only Android, no iOS.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
this
this
works.
probably
This works.
So
You just need to do it properly, not blatant ripoff.
I mean, yeah. It was just 1-to-1, I guess.
Adam, have you played the game?
No, I haven't. But
Yeah,
this
because-
looks right up my alley. I love these games.
Really?
Basically, any game that I can go online with my friends and giggle my way through an evening is a good game. This
If
looks
I understand,
exactly like it.
this is one of those like Among Us, or not Among Us, Little Company.
Lethal Company.
Little
yeah,
Company.
Little Company follow-ups. So horror style, fun with friends games, pretty much, and they're super trending, aren't they? These days, seen multiple.
No, I love it. I think it's really just a whole bunch of people who used to make Roblox games or have seen Roblox games. Like that whole generation has grown up playing Roblox, and now they're getting way better experiences on Steam. And what I love is that they keep the level of jank that was on Roblox, right? Like this is amazing. Watching this video of just
Yeah.
the way they all walk and shit. It was the same thing with Lethal Company. You can't stop laughing watching the videos. It's great.
it's like watching Teletubbies fight.
Yeah, pretty much. We'll see. But yeah, this seems like a good thing to kind of follow up. But again, need to do it properly, not just blatant ripoff.
Well, okay, but then like what's the do it properly way?
Do it properly. Take your own IP.
Just shove it in a 4X. Let's get it done.
That would be the first time.
No, we realized that didn't work. So then,
Okay, yeah,
like what is it, right? Like that is a good question. You can get 10 million downloads from this.
That's the
this
thing,
jank.
because if
So what do
you
you
just
do?
if you just put something else on top of it in terms of the art style, it's not going to work. It's exactly in the same way. It needs to be at least like very similar, but not too similar. Just not to
I
get.
mean, do a first person
Sandswept
4X?
Studios.
No, I mean like there was like a
But still, Sandswept
serious
Studios,
question.
in 90 days, they have earned 1.3 million in ads, right? Plus 35 in IAPs
Yeah.
from just ripping something off, right? That's
These guys. Yeah,
pretty good.
pretty good.
But then if
Okay,
you
but
want to
what's the relevant kind of fast follow on this? How can you translate this to mobile without getting taken down? I mean, it's a serious question. I'm just joking. I'm just trying to understand, like how should we think about it?
Horror-based, pretty much a Little Company follow-up with social mechanics and like stuff like that. Because I've seen games that are still trending on mobile. Like I actually work with the guys that with Goose Goose Duck guys actually, and that works pretty well on mobile, which is Among Us follow-up also. So
can
it's
you
all about
pull up
social-
Goose Goose Duck? Like how much did that actually stick? Did they actually keep players in that game, or was it just kind of
Yeah.
like Among Us mobile game was obviously very popular too.
No,
but
Goose Goose Duck is 72K reviews. I can check data. Like it's
well, I
it
mean
should-
the Sensor Tower version, the mobile version.
Sensor Tower version. The problem is that they have a lot of revenue from China, which you don't see, because I know.
But
That is
still,
a big problem.
yeah, it's a very big problem to have. Oh my god! Well, where's my
You don't see
$500 bill
that
so I
much
can
here.
I can cry and just
But I know, like
Okay,
these guys,
like
these
2K
guys
a
are doing,
day, not counting China there, and then
yeah. But they're still their main point is PC, not mobile.
But okay, then downloads at least. It's just it's
Okay,
small.
they-
It's small.
Like it's not a breakout success. Don't get me wrong. This is not the original. This is not the
So
Among
that's
Us.
why I work on the.
But we can check Among Us if you want.
I'm pretty
I
sure
mean,
like,
that's
this
one
is,
of the most successful games.
yeah, but
2 years ago, 3 years
Yeah.
ago.
it's not COVID anymore. Guys. Yeah,
what shape is that?
yeah, yeah. It's this unfortunate shark fin. It's unfortunate.
But I think these guys were like super heavy against free-to-play monetization mechanics, if I understand.
No ads.
Something.
Yeah.
You look at the active user base and you'll see a heartbreak from my side. Even showing one interstitial ad
41.
would have been 100,000 a day. Like, oh, you guys are idiots. Like, oh. That's so upsetting. They had how many users at the peak?
400 million. 40
40
million.
million.
40 million.
Man,
That's
showing
3
two
times
interstitial
Blockblast.
ads to that would be like, that's literally like 500k a day.
But just think about the reputation that they gained. So they got 500,000 a day in reputation points. It's great.
Exactly, yeah. You can buy so much for like, you know, like you just go and buy dinner for reputation.
Feeding my family with reputation.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Next one, Fly Night. This was literally found just because I just put in the metrics. Also, it has 7K. What?
What does that mean? Like because you
Filter
put the metrics.
showed me. So it's 90% rating, really good review ratio based on its units sold in first 30 days. Units sold 100K.
Perfect.
So definitely like a standout game. I think the visual itself is great because you are.
This is exactly what I love. Like all of these art styles, it's going to do so well.
Yeah,
Mobile and all of this. It's amazing.
it's bugs. That's the thing that I wanted to say. It's bugs, and you're pretty much a bug knight or ant or whatever that is going against evil queen that kills everybody so they can grow wings. I'm not joking. It's literally in the
Bug Zelda. This is great.
Bug Zelda, yeah. And even though it looks shitty, I don't know why.
What do you mean? Like it looks shitty?
It's not keep loading. Yeah, maybe let's just load it like this. So it's an RPG with like survival mechanics, if I understand, and it has very, very big community already. As I was browsing the interwebs, and yeah, it doesn't look that bad. And as I said, first-person games going from Steam to mobile is like one of the trends that we definitely see. I would definitely try to use the bug visual because we know stuff like Ants Underground Kingdom works really well. The Forex game and like all worked.
But yeah, animals anyway. Animal theme and art style.
You see FunPlus also experimenting a lot with these like I Shrunk the Kid's Backyard with ants.
FunPlus is experimenting with everything.
Yeah, I know. Just saying. So yeah, we'll see. But it looks
But I think
very
that's closer to. I think that's closer to Grounded, right? That Microsoft game, which is also on Steam. But definitely, and I think Grounded sold better than 160. You said 160K. Yeah, Grounded. Yeah, this one came out a while back.
Yeah, that was the FunPlus.
It was
this is the game the FunPlus was following.
Yeah.
This was definitely one.
But like this one was not a breakout, right? Like if this pod is also about does this work between Steam to mobile, like Grounded just was not nearly as big of an IP as like Palworld. So you would think Palman Survivals would, as long as it's a good 4X, would have performed really, really well.
Yeah. We don't need to turn everything into 4X, but just saying, for instance, let's take Stormfall.
We need to, yes, of course we need to.
Stormfall, which has like 20K reviews, released 11th of October, and currently it's serving the onboarding on like a 100K a day Century Games 4X game. So,
but like
enough.
Yeah, the number of you had 19,000 reviews. Do you know how many units sold Stormfall?
Please do.
So
just because I'm like I love this art style intuitively, and obviously Kingshot is an amazing game. But I'm thinking with Century, like they must have validated it some other way, right? Like they would have done click-through testing, they would have done something to test that Thronefall would have worked, right? Like I don't think they would have been like, oh my god, I played this one game on Steam, we're done.
600K units sold, 4 million gross revenue.
Yeah, which is like
doesn't say that much.
It's nice to have. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like compared to what they're doing right now on the App Store, like 600K units is not a positive enough signal, right?
Yeah, but it's because of that creative, because everything is basically this creative.
It's right there.
Whole onboarding, whole everything.
Yes, but the question is like, how do you know and how do you identify is gonna work on the creatives? Like you need to get that data.
Yeah. Do you think the creative people, they send some of those 400 people in their creative team to just look at Steam and just try
everything into creatives?
And they just try everything. Yeah.
But then why only Steam? Right? Like why not also like Roblox games and see if there's some crazy
they have Roblox Studio, so I think they're already doing it.
So not only Roblox Studio, but not only Steam but also Roblox and also WeChat minigames. So it's all of these.
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
So we need a WeChat minigames podcast that we go through it like this.
There's also in the plan. I just like need a little bit more time. We already have WeChat and everything access to that, so shouldn't be
You
that.
need to
And we don't have a slogan like full steam
China.
ahead.
China.
What are we gonna do?
China.
Okay.
China.
That's the slogan.
Yeah, that's like China. You need to come with us to Shanghai for China, Joy, madam, for sure.
I will try.
Yeah, but just saying, like this seems interesting and definitely like on the look. Moving forward, this one is actually very, very interesting, and I think it's literally suited to be adapted into mobile. So this is called Newbie's Number Factory. It's a Plinko game. You know, Cub Heroes and all these other things. Felix really likes those, especially to ban them in his waterfall. So how this game works is basically you have this kind of a board of balls that you need to destroy with your Plinko ball, or pretty much the ball that's falling from the bottom. And you have a lot of these power-ups that helps you out. And once you pretty much start shooting it, again, complete randomness, a dopamine loop, you get currency that you can then use to buy power-ups between the rounds. So if we move here, there's actually a gacha that you can do. The best part is this, like, graphics are completely atrocious. It doesn't matter at all because the mechanics are just so good.
Who's the guy in the sunglasses?
He's
On
the
the
main
side.
character. There's a default
Okay.
character. That's what we get. But let me get to some kind of upgrade that the guy is doing. Yeah, see, so like market mechanic, whatever.
Pregnancy
Rewarded
test.
ad placement.
Yeah,
it's pregnancy. What is this? Creative? Some kind of for a match-free game?
Yeah. So you pretty much go and you see how stuff on the top gets more and more populated. Now he has the pregnancy test, he has the cactus,
Thank
and
God.
so on and so forth. And it's about like all of those bigger numbers, like similar to like Balatro, where like each round you need to achieve a little bit more higher number, which these power-ups on the top help you with. So like our typical roguelite, and it works very, very well. It's just saying that because looking at the numbers, 10K reviews already released March 7th, so not that far off. And if I
That's 2 months.
understand, this K units sold in first 30 days. Looks pretty well, and as I said, it seems very, very easily adaptable to mobile. That's how I see it, because it's literally
Okay.
like you just take the mechanics.
And do what with them?
You do hobby style version mobile game with it.
I feel like we already went through this cycle though with like Voodoo back in the day, right? Like they did all those like brick breaker games. Was it like 5-6 years ago?
They did the Cup Heroes with the Peggling game, if you remember that one. So there's the Peggling game on Steam, which is this kind of goblin Plinko game.
Yeah.
And when I was talking to Julian last time, he said that this is the one behind Cup Heroes inspiration. So they have few of those, but again, this seems much more complex. Especially because of these, like this literally the top power-ups and mechanics reminds me of the, it's a Survivor IO roguelite loop where you have weapons on one side, you have ammunition or whatever, the complementing mechanics that creates abilities and stuff like that. So it could be an easy translation into something like Hobby does.
I look forward to these ads with Windows 95 style. That'd be amazing. The fonts in here, especially like the Comic Sans. This is
Comic
great.
Sans. Yeah. These work well with Age of Empires mobile.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah.
Next one.
But I would even say with that one, like the Bolacho model can apply to a lot more games, and we should see more and more games dig deeper on that. Yeah, this is just like one on Steam, but I'm assuming more and more mobile games are testing this model out.
This one's my favorite, actually.
This is great. This is already on. This is on mobile with like every developer jumped on this. Like all Vietnamese developer had a dig a hole game.
So actually, I have two digging games in this setup. So this was released 7th of February, already passed nearly 13K reviews, sold 300K units already, so really good numbers. It's actually super, super short. Like if you see the playthrough video that I have from Markiplier here, you literally get to the end in an hour. And the loop is pretty simple. You go into your backyard and start digging a hole. And once you start digging it, you get some resources out of it. You go there and then you upgrade your, where is it? Yeah, let me just get the screen there. Your shovel strength, your inventory, your battery, your pretty much the usual kind of incremental upgrade loop that you get here. And once you go there, you start to go deeper and deeper and deeper. And then later on, there's like more advanced mechanics such as dynamites, lights. You need to literally mark your way there. And then somewhere there later on, there's even monsters or whatever, something. It doesn't seem really finished, to be honest, because as I said, it's very slow, very short. But the mechanics seem super, super engaging. Because again, it's first person, its simulation seems like it's really, really good. Any ideas? Anybody played this or anybody seen the mobile games
I
already?
saw the trend. There's X Game Global from Vietnam that did a version of it that's gotten 500,000 downloads. It was not the first, so there's quite a lot of them. Let me bring up the biggest one, but it was I can see like 8 or 9 just when I search dig hole.
Yeah.
Backyard Horde Simulator, Get Smart. Like there's a yeah.
I think the important part is the whole kind of structure of this like digging process, where because the guy because on PC it's easy to do 360 and you can dig
Yeah.
everywhere and everywhere. In mobile it's a little bit more clunky, so figuring out how to dig properly and how to create the movement and the smoothness of this whole thing kind of to be fitting mobile platform should be the key here, not just like random put everything there. This won't work as Supermarket Simulator immediately. I just throw it onto mobile and it'll work. So I guess, and you also need to finish the game because, as I said, the game's not finished. Like 1 hour gameplay won't save us here on mobile. So you need to be able to kind of dig deeper or reset the hole or something like that.
This game can have a 4x on it. This will work. Just imagine like your 4x base and you just got this big hole in the middle. You're like, oh, I'm bored. I'm just going to go down my hole and just go tap the screen. Go in deeper. Go in deeper. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. That's there. Continuing on, we have Spilled, which is, again, pretty new, 26th of March, around 2,000 reviews. This one is actually a very, very like laid back, cozy game about you removing oil spill and upgrading your ship by increasing the size of your oil spill catcher, your speed, and your whatever you have there, the tank at the back, like how much oil you can carry. And that's basically it. Like it's very, very simple. But the important part, as everybody sees here, who follows the podcast, this is pretty much Golden Goblins creatives. It's literally that, which trends like crazy everywhere, everything.
Yeah.
And as I said, because this already looks like that, and it seems very, very natural for mobile gameplay, you have upgrade loop there already. And this is basically it. Like you just have these 3 upgrades in 8 different areas. After those 8 different areas, there's a boss fight with like a giant oil tanker, which spits out more oil that you need to then, take out, and that's it basically. And then it's like after like 50 minutes, the ship goes to sleep or something. So yeah, that's the game. So again, you need to iterate. It's just like won't help you like Supermarket Simulators put it on mobile. You need to finish the loops and do the environments and do it a little bit more polished. But afterwards, like again, seems to me that this would work very, very good.
It reminds me of Idle Fishing, or what was the other game from
Before Alien Invasion?
Before Alien Invasion, yeah.
Idle Fishing, I think, was
Idle Fishing, I would say, yeah.
Multicast Gaming.
Yeah.
So that's also like one possibility.
Amazing credit scene. Boy.
Yeah. Adam already plotting 4X?
I don't think this one will work. This is a bit weird. We'll keep this one as hybrid casual.
Okay.
RPG.
Okay,
yeah,
fair.
let's do that.
Yeah, but looks great. Like the mechanic and everything, and actually that fishing game from Multicast, I think it's been revived now. Because they sold Alien Invasion, they returned back
Yeah,
to
we
it.
talked about it. I think last year. I'm not sure like what that game is doing.
But that loop is still kind of being touched upon, the Alien Invasion one. Like a lot of people are still going after it. I know Rolig is going after it. A few other companies are still going after it.
Well, even Miniclip was going for
Yeah, I
it.
think even Miniclip was-
Octopus Feast or what?
No, that's
Octopus
Rolig.
Feast is Rolig, but then there's other thing like Ghost something.
Yeah, one more.
Yeah.
Okay. Avia Assembly. This I take out from April, but again looks really, really good and has amazing numbers. Nearly 3K reviews, but
Amazing numbers. Calm down, please.
man, just for that small of a game, it's like
Amazing
really
numbers.
good.
It's got like less than 3,000 reviews.
Exactly, like what are you talking about?
But it's
Amazing
super,
numbers are
super early.
70,000.
It's
Amazing numbers. I'm
less
Cat.
than a month.
I don't care. Come on, just be realistic. Be realistic.
Yeah, okay. This is very, very easy game about you building a plane and upgrading it between the airports as you deliver stuff. And it has a lot of physics. And then you need to load the cargo and pretty much do the usual upgrade loop where you go, you fly, and then you get more upgrades, and then you get more stuff, and so on and so forth. Very, very easy. Again, nothing really to it.
Why should we do this on mobile?
Because it's original.
Yeah, still.
I think it's under the line. Like if we say Thronefall was what, okay, and this one's got
Yeah, it's super new.
Yeah.
As I said, it's about prediction.
60, right?
Yeah,
And I think like there's just not enough.
it was the lowest game I
signal.
had on the list actually. That's
Yeah. Also, I think it's
Suddenly.
just slightly too complex, right? Like a little bit 3D motion instead of like proper simple gameplay, like our oil tanking game.
yeah. That's like 3D world is much more harder. But yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
We
you
need
have
to also-
you have Metal Storm now on mobile doing okay, which is
the airplane game.
so I mean can work, but that's like realistic jets.
I just don't know if like vehicle combat games where you can like directly customize every piece is really a viable
You
model.
won't
Yeah.
customize every piece. You
Cats from
simplify it on
Zeptalab
mobile.
didn't do too well after a
Ah,
while,
okay.
huh? Yeah.
Yeah, Cats. I remember Cats. Yeah.
I also remember cats.
Everybody, yeah.
I mean, like, and this is, I think, like in the same line as like Kerbal Space Program and all those ones, right?
Yeah, it's physics based.
Or
much more
Besiege. Yeah, that was a fun game too.
Or physics based. But yeah, this is really on the line, like if it can have legs or not on mobile. Okay, Sultan game. This has pretty strong metrics. You played it, Adam?
I haven't. No, this one looked too complicated for me.
Yeah, I also write it because you said it. So
I don't
just,
giggle enough with this one. So
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
that
put
doesn't
it
pass the
in-
giggle test.
and like
No one's walking funny.
Like this is like a hardcore game that has like very good trending metrics because again nearly a month old release, already like 14k reviews and what's 566k units sold. The problem with this game, it goes, as you see, it is super complex because it's this, as I heard in the comments, is the follow-up to Cultist Simulator. And what you do in this game, you play as this kind of psychopathic sultan who just wants to kill people pretty much. And you have this witch come up to him and says, open cards. And on each card, pretty much somebody needs to die. And you have these characters on the bottom that you choose which one of them needs to die. And there's like 20-minute very long tutorial. And afterwards, you are tasked to pretty much do his bidding or whatever, survive until day 7. And you then need to, again, pair these cards with like very, very complex interactions with just like, for instance, you draw a card, that card tells you that somebody needs to die, for instance, like here.
Do you think this would work on mobile?
Yeah, I don't think so. This would work on mobile, just saying.
What
But
are you talking about?
it was in the list, just like saying. One of the very good metrics games.
It's in the list, so we need to talk about it.
Yeah. Now,
Full
I
steam
won't
ahead.
work on mobile.
Anybody wants to add anything to this? I think
Full steam ahead.
This won't work. Enjoy.
Apparently,
What
works.
is this?
You never heard about this?
No.
I heard. Yeah, of course I heard.
It's one of the biggest releases.
Yeah.
Again, 520k units sold, 20,000 reviews, nearly released March 28. This is basically a better version of Sims.
Sims.
Wow.
So if I understand, Sims are currently kind of slacking off somewhere on the store with their old version, and this is...
What happened? Did they stop? They just gave up? Or what happened with Sims?
No, they haven't given up. It's a huge moneymaker for EA. It's just that they stuck to Sims 4 for a long, long time
Yeah.
and have just kept up the DLC.
So do we think this will do something, or like this could be a good thing to follow up here?
I don't know. Like I had huge hopes for this pre-launch.
Really?
And what happened?
Of course,
because it doesn't
just
sound...
I know, like right, like it just not that exciting. So I hope that actually eventually some streamers start to pick it up, because this thing is like a content creation machine, right? Like the amount of crazy shit you can make with this game,
You build
posting
stuff?
online. Well, yeah, you can customize so much, right? And create situations, create all that stuff. Yeah, so I was hoping
It's
actually
only
that
one TikTok trend away of success. It's like you just need one or two TikTok videos and then you're there.
So the advantage here is they haven't like launched on console or anything, so maybe they can go there. But right now, it just isn't getting a lot of traction as much as they would have hoped. So I still think there's lots of potential in the life sim space for going after Sims, just given the size of Sims, the amount of people that love playing these types of games. But I think it just launched in such a rough shape that even the people that did show up just didn't really stick to it. So they've got a roadmap ahead to fix, and then hopefully get that viral TikTok campaign and shift it. Yeah.
Because if you say viral TikTok campaign, like I Am Cat still keeps running on top of my head. Which
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Like a VR game that really make it on mobile.
That's exactly it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That or I'm security, but I'm Cat is better.
Yeah.
And this genre as well is like really, really susceptible to AI. Like AI could have a ton of value here. So I'm hoping they can get some good integration to that, and then people can create some crazy shit. This can be my giggles. One
No
evening.
4X?
This will be good. I don't think this is 4X. That's more Top Girl. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Which
Top Girl could work here for sure.
Which is kind of 4X.
Yeah. It's 4X. It's not kind of 4X. It's like completely 4X. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Few more games until we finish this off. So there's Haste, released April 1st, 5,000 reviews. Where's the trailer? This is already past 153k units sold. And the interesting part about this game that it's very, very speedy, and it has a lot of these
endless runner?
No, this has these terrain physics basically that you need to go, and on top of it, you've seen that the choice mechanic with the roguelites.
This could work on mobile if it's just an endless runner.
It's
the way to solve Subway Surfers is just add a roguelike. I don't believe.
No, yeah.
I think that this works because of the graphics. Sorry, terrain physics and physics. So it's like
I like the camera angle. And like
it's very satisfying to go and watch. Like actually, this reminds me.
I'm not satisfied at all, man.
This reminds me of Tribes, actually, if you remember the game. That was the shooter game where you would like throw discs that you can teleport on. That was quick to throw a bug. Yeah. And you also had this like very, very fast movement in it,
which was so niche that only 5 people know about it.
No, it's like they did like 3 games or whatever.
3 people.
This one, you see? So it's like it plays like Unreal Tournament, but you have this like very long sliding movements, and it was all about keeping up speed and not being able to kind of fall off the speed, because the moment you stop,
which is basically Quake 3.
Yeah, kindish, but much bigger jumps, much more speed and everything.
Well, this looks slow as fuck.
Yeah. Because the guy
where's
the
speed?
Where's
the speed?
The guy
compared to like Quake, no, this is not even an arcade shooter. It's not even a boomer shooter.
Okay, now
come on, more Adam.
I think you were the.
Yeah. So again, this guy just don't know how to play it properly, but whatever. So yeah, this could work. I don't know. Let's see.
Under the bus
This- this was-
immediately.
This was even more interesting. So there's Digseum, 5K reviews, 9 December 2024, 50K units sold already. And this is about, this actually looks like some of those mini games that Royal Match is running.
It looks
Both
like in
Township,
Capybara
Royal Match,
Bo.
everybody.
It's
It's
almost
everywhere.
like in
Everywhere.
Capybara Go, where you were
It's
digging.
everywhere. One of those like active events, not the passive ones, where you dig out stuff. So what you do here, let me go to the actual gameplay, not the trailer.
Marketing, that's what we need.
Yeah. So you dig out stuff, and you have like limited stamina on the dig, where it is. And once you run out of stamina, you can dig it out again, and you see how many relics there are hidden in the thing. So you can either restart or like go again or whatever. And once you get those, you go into your museum, you add there to your museum, and again you upgrade. Very, very similar to digging a hole mechanic, where again incrementally you get more and more of everything, and you just kind of progress and do stuff. And then somewhere here you see that we are already whatever different things, much bigger digs, much bigger energy, so on and so forth.
This looks like an amazing in-game event for mobile.
Yeah.
It's already being used in
Not a
mobile.
game, but like a great event.
Yeah. Let's see. Like this looks interesting.
Can you make it more complicated? Like, could you do that with like Balacho mechanics and go nuts?
They also have some like additional mechanics. It's not as simple as I said. Like, just didn't bother explaining it completely because you have, as you see, like multiples of these. So not just one upgrade tree. They have some other things on top of it. But I would guess that like you need a little bit more depth to make it like see the skill tree and everything. So I'd say. Any other questions or anything else?
I mean, not really.
Yeah, but looks great. And as I said, it's already being used by mobile games with a similar setup.
As an event, yeah.
Yeah.
Magic Archery, 5.5K reviews, 98%, 4th of October. 6K. This is actually an idle game.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Yes. This
What?
is an idle game. So you're
Why?
an archer. And
What the fuck?
you're an archer and you're shooting arrows. And you upgrade your stuff and everything, and that's all you do. Like he's basically shooting arrows on a target. Let me show you the actual gameplay.
I can see this as like a very good creative for
probably.
an archery game.
So here we have, you start with this kind of basic thing, and you upgrade your stuff. And where's the actual damage counter?
Rovio's paying attention here. Here we go. Angry birds flying, smacking targets.
Yeah.
Let's see this.
Probably. Somewhere here. Where is it? Like, stop upgrading, man. Yeah, see? So damage per minute, 100k or whatever, something.
Do you want to double that with a rewarded ad?
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
missing a marketing stat that you can upgrade.
Yeah,
that's the thing it's
for
really
sure.
missing.
And then somewhere here, we're at like 5.6 million a minute. We already have some kind of wizard portals shooting arrows like 10 Legolas and stuff like that. So it's an idle game, basically. It's an idle game, so that's there. But looks good. Like, I've seen worse on mobile.
But we are not here for seeing worse.
Yeah, but as I said, like, it's a good idea, I think, because I haven't seen this one.
If you have some zombies coming at you and you're shooting zombies, maybe.
Doesn't need to be zombies. Like, it's about, damage numbers, but could be just crowd of zombies respawning infinitely.
Just combine this with Bang Bang Survivor and there you go. Or Doodle Magic.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. I think this is actually much more close to Slime Castle, the Azure game, if you remember.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
That's you seen that, Adam?
Nope, haven't seen that one.
So there's a game that's like idle tower defense game, which is the one that's similar to Doodle Magic, where instead of going on roguelite progression, you have idle progression, and there's sideline stuff kind of coming at you. This is quite successful. Like, not that much breakout of a hit, but it works pretty well. And especially we don't see the China revenue because this is done by a Chinese team published by Azure, which is unheard of.
I'm still waiting to see a new lane shooting mechanic. Something that's like just as magnetic. I don't feel like this is going to hit that same bar as like lane shooters.
We'll see. Yeah, and I think I have the last one now, and this is more of
No.
please more.
Oh, Jakob, don't mind him. Full steam ahead.
web
Do it.
fishing. 11 October,
fishing.
53K
No, now we're talking. Okay,
reviews.
This is
perfect.
good.
Yeah, now we're talking.
98%, and the problem is that this is not really a game. 4K units sold, and this seems to be some kind of a chat app that
Perfect.
yeah, you go and you fish stuff, multiplayer chat room focused fishing game, relax, go fish on the web, and that's it. And I was just checking the gameplays here and everything, and it's just yeah, it's this like you go there and there's a lot of people doing the same thing, and that's pretty much it.
You fish, you can
Like I guess there's some
and
like
chat.
progression around it or whatever, but it's definitely not the main thing. It's about the social experience. I think that's the main part here.
The
Of course, yeah.
VTuber, the VTuber is super weird. I can't take
It's
it.
really,
VTuber is
really
super
weird.
weird. Couldn't find a better video. He has really the best one, so that was the one I wanted to show. But yeah, there's fishing mechanics. There's some kind of progression, as you saw there on clothing. This kind of Minecrafty world from third person, and yeah, it has giant numbers, like very very big numbers. I think
I could see this like do a schedule 1 or schedule I inside this. Oh damn! Why did that VTuber get big?
Yeah,
too creepy. But you do schedule 1 in this style of like Animal Crossing, but it's all drugs. That'll blow up. That'll blow up. More meth though.
Go away. Just please can you put her somewhere else?
Yeah, but I didn't even heard about this, and it seems it's really big. Let me double check the player count.
We didn't hear
numbers.
about a lot of things that are big on Steam.
Yeah, especially that's why we're doing.
So, if you have one advice for any aspiring mobile studio that's looking for ideas on how to utilize Steam, what would you and Adam give them?
Like I don't think you can just copy paste stuff from Steam. Like I think even in the examples you're talking about, like Repo and where they just literally copy paste the thing to mobile, I think you still have to like this is a good spot to fill up your creative well and figure out some new interesting mechanics. But everything still has to be tested after this point to figure out if this is really like the right theme, the right gameplay that can really suck people in.
Mm.
Also, if it's marketable enough, because.
Or be the what was the SoundSwap game or what I had there? The
Repo.
One, yeah, the Repo one that made like 1.3 million like
from ads. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not sustainable. But for instance, if you look at yeah, since the tower died on me. If you look at the what's it?
Market. Which one?
Yeah,
there's only million of them.
The Game District one.
Yeah, Supermarket Manager.
Yeah.
Good. So
how well did this do on Steam? I remember it being big, but not that big.
So it's still doing pretty good, like nearly 150K downloads a day.
Yeah, but if you go to the country filter, then you will see it's all mainly Brazil and all of these tier 3 countries. Indonesia.
Brazilians love Supermarket Manager. Yeah. But still, it was still like 60% ad revenue. And they never fixed that app open interstitial, which is like...
They didn't listen to Felix?
Yeah. No,
I can double check the Supermarket Simulator.
Yeah. So you're talking about the Supermarket Simulator right away from the Polish studio, and it was already doing a couple of hundreds installs per day. But again, Brazil
didn't have ads,
Indonesia, and whatever else. Yeah.
But still no interstitials.
25 million gross revenue, 2.6 million units sold. That's the Supermarket Simulator game.
6 in like in 30 days or how long?
A lifetime.
Okay, that's still pretty. It's pretty low, right? Like
it's pretty small.
It's just not clearly as like connected of a signal, as correlated of a signal as you'd love to see. Which is still says to me like you got to test this stuff before you do it.
Or we're looking at it from like wrong perspective.
Like that's the thing that I don't think so. You need to be that big in order to work. Like that's the Tron, for example.
But how do you know what you should look for? That's the thing. Are you going to the Felix area where you just, oh, I didn't know what to ask. Oh, but you should.
So first thing you need to do this, just go through the things and see what's not translatable at all. Like we had, for instance, the Sultan game. I don't think so this can work on mobile, like in its current iteration.
Yeah,
Because
like maybe the gameplay mechanics can, but it looks too complicated. I haven't played it.
So you filter those out. Then you end up
Yeah.
with stuff like these
Which would definitely work on mobile.
Yeah, should definitely work on mobile. Then you take the themes that like the themes I think should be like the important part, because we're again talking about something that works and that's proven and we want to capitalize. So it's like we don't really need to figure out CPI that much. Like the Steam trend of like reviews and everything. What, Matej?
You don't need to figure out. You don't need to figure out the CPI that much. Well, you do.
Of course you do, but like this is a direction that already gives you the right thing to do, like Thronefall.
But should we be looking at signals on like YouTube or TikTok or some video watching apps to be like, because I bet you on like Repo and on Palworld, you're getting crazy YouTube videos because people love Pokemon with guns, love Repo.
Just only looking at the reviews and the growth here, it's not enough.
Yeah, it's definitely not enough. But also, even having the Palworld best game ever thing, it still can end up within the, where is it? The Lilith failure.
Yeah, but again, like I don't think this is a good example because the Palworld here is just minimal. It's just that's almost not there.
Not enough power, but again, boils down to execution anyway.
Yeah, sure.
That's the thing. But yeah, Steam trends, TikTok trends, YouTube trends, and all these other things that when we were doing the I Am Cat game.
Yeah, it was all over the place.
Yeah, we definitely saw that there's like 55 million videos plus on shorts on YouTube, just on YouTube and TikTok and everywhere.
Of, like 50 million views on some of these.
Yeah.
So I guess for the next kind of episode, we should also look at
include
into the YouTube,
trends.
and TikTok trends as well, because this is only
and
like
look at
part
MetaQuest.
of the picture.
And look at MetaQuest.
I don't think so. MetaQuest
All right.
will do it. Yeah,
should we wrap it up here?
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up. Again, this is the initial setup, so let us know what you want to see, what you don't want to see, what we get right or wrong, because we're trying to learn here. So I guess we'll figure it out and fine-tune as we go with the new segment.
As usual.
As usual.
That's what we do. All right. Thank you very much for coming. Also, Adam, thank you very much for bearing with us in this episode as well.
This is great.
Thank you. And also, guys, please subscribe. Let us know, as Jakub mentioned, the comments and join the Slack channel. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Ciao.